Have you ever wondered why some days you wake up full of energy and optimism, while on other days your mind feels heavy and your motivation disappears for no reason? Most people think this is purely emotional or psychological. But what if the real reason begins in your plate, not your head? That is what psychiatrist and nutrition expert Dr. Drew Ramsey explores in his groundbreaking book, Eat to Beat Depression and Anxiety. This book transforms how we think about mental health by revealing how food directly impacts brain chemistry, mood, and emotional resilience. Our brains are built from what we eat. Every neuron, every neurotransmitter, and every electrical impulse is powered by nutrients. When your diet lacks what your brain needs, depression and anxiety find an open door. Through the science of nutritional psychiatry, Dr. Ramsey proves that food is not just fuel, it is information. It tells your brain whether to thrive or struggle, the brain-gut connection. Imagine your gut as the communication center of your emotions. 90% of serotonin, the happiness chemical, is made not in the brain, but in your gut. Inside it lives a vast ecosystem of bacteria called the microbiome. When your diet includes fiber-rich vegetables, omega-3 fats, and fermented foods, these microbes thrive and release compounds that boost mood, sharpen focus, and reduce inflammation in the brain. But when your diet is dominated by sugar, processed fats, and refined grains, the opposite happens. Inflammation rises, communication between the gut and brain breaks down, and anxiety symptoms begin to surface. Scientific research from Harvard and Stanford confirms that people with a diverse gut microbiome have lower rates of depression and anxiety. In one study, those who consumed fermented foods daily showed a 40% reduction in social anxiety symptoms. Food as medicine for the mind. Every cell of the brain is hungry for nutrients that act as antidepressant compounds. Dr. Ramsey identifies the top antidepressant foods ingredients proven to nourish the mind. The most powerful among them include oysters and mussels, rich in zinc and B12, critical for neurotransmitter balance. Leafy greens, filled with folate and magnesium to calm the nervous system. Berries packed with antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress, a key trigger of depression. Eggs, a perfect source of choline, essential for brain signaling. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines, full of omega-3 fatty acids that rebuild brain membranes. In a simple morning example, two people eat breakfast. One chooses sugary cereal and coffee, the other eats eggs with spinach and avocado. Within hours, the first person experiences energy crashes and irritability. The second feels focused and emotionally stable. This is not coincidence. It is biochemistry in action. The inflammation-mood link. Modern science now understands that depression is not only chemical, it is also inflammatory. When your immune system is activated by poor diet, it releases cytokines that travel to the brain, disrupting serotonin and dopamine balance. Dr. Ramsey explains that the standard Western diet, high in sugar, refined carbs, and trans fats, fuels this fire. Over time, chronic inflammation suppresses neurogenesis, the creation of new brain cells, leaving the mind stuck in cycles of sadness and fear. Switching to an anti-inflammatory diet rich in omega-3s, polyphenols, and fiber restores this balance. Research published in The Lancet Psychiatry found that individuals following a Mediterranean-style diet showed a 33% reduction in depressive symptoms within 12 weeks. This is not magic. It is cellular repair through nutrition. The role of neurotransmitters. Serotonin, dopamine, and GABA are the molecules of mood. Their production depends on amino acids, vitamins, and minerals from food. Serotonin depends on tryptophan, found in turkey, eggs, and seeds. Dopamine is derived from tyrosine, found in almonds and poultry. GABA is boosted by magnesium and fermented foods like kimchi. When diets lack these building blocks, neurotransmitter levels plummet, leading to emotional instability. Dr. Ramsey points out that eating for brain chemistry is not about restriction, but about nourishment. feeding your emotional circuits so they function at full capacity. Nutrient density over calorie counting. Most people still focus on calories, but the brain does not care how many calories you eat. It cares about the quality. A slice of white bread and a handful of walnuts may have similar calorie counts. Yet their effect on your brain could not be more different. The bread spikes insulin, inflames the gut, and clouds cognition. The walnuts deliver omega-3 fats, magnesium, and polyphenols that protect neurons and enhance memory. Dr. Ramsey calls this shift nutritional upgrading. Every meal becomes a chance to send healing signals to the brain. The 6 pillars of brain-healthy eating. Dr. Ramsey's plan rests on 6 simple but powerful principles. Eat whole, colorful foods. Color diversity means nutrient diversity. Each hue in your meal carries a unique antioxidant that supports brain resilience. Choose seafood and omega-3 south. Fish oil strengthens neural membranes and improves communication between brain cells. Load up on leafy greens. They detoxify the brain and regulate mood through magnesium and folate. Include fermented foods. These balance gut bacteria and enhance serotonin synthesis. Use extra virgin olive oil and nuts. They lower inflammation and preserve cognitive health. Limit processed sugar and refined grains. They feed harmful gut bacteria and spike stress hormones like cortisol. Following these 6 pillars for even a few weeks often leads to noticeable improvements in mood, energy, and focus. The mind-body connection. Our emotional health is not separate from physical health. They are 2 sides of one system. When your brain is nourished, your sleep improves, cortisol levels stabilize, and resilience increases. Exercise multiplies these effects by increasing blood flow and brain-derived neurotrophic factor BDNF, which acts like fertilizer for neurons. A simple 30-minute walk after a nutrient-rich meal can amplify serotonin production and reduce anxiety naturally. A story of transformation. In one of Dr. Ramsey's case studies, a young woman struggling with lifelong anxiety and fatigue began his nutritional protocol. She replaced fast food with salmon, eggs, beans, and greens. Within 6 weeks, her panic episodes reduced, her sleep normalized, and her mental clarity returned. This was not a miracle. It was her brain receiving the raw materials it had been missing for years. Science meets hope. Modern psychiatry often focuses on medication alone. Dr. Ramsey's approach integrates it with nutrition, showing that food and therapy can work together. He emphasizes that changing what you eat is not about perfection. It is about progress. Each small upgrade rewires your brain's resilience. Your next meal is your next chance to feel better. Conclusion: your emotions are not separate from your biology. The nutrients you consume become the very chemicals that govern your thoughts, focus, and joy. Depression and anxiety are not just mental conditions, they are metabolic ones. Feed your brain the right information, and it will reward you with stability, focus, and peace. So today, before you reach for your next meal, pause for a moment and ask, is this food fueling my anxiety or feeding my peace? Thank you for watching. If this message inspired you, subscribe for more deep science-backed summaries of powerful books that can transform your mind and body. Explore other books on mental health and nutrition because healing begins with knowledge, and knowledge begins with you.